How's it going, guys? It's S4W6 here bringing you PMC Season 4, Week 6. I always get that messed up. But anyway, yeah, here we are against the Blue Rogue. His YouTube link will be in the description below, so make sure you go check him out. Fantastic battler here we got, and luckily he traded Slowbro out, because I didn't want to deal with that thing again, so... you know, he had Slowbro, but he doesn't have it. He traded it, I guess, for something else. Anyway, I think it was like Gengar that he got. Whatever. So he's got the Sand team there. In fact, I'll make Tyranitar a little bit bigger because I think it deserves it. I'm not showing you the team yet, just because I want to go over his team before I dive into my sets. So yeah, he's got obviously the Sand with Excadrill and Tyranitar. Thing is, he doesn't have to run that every week, obviously. Excadrill is pretty damn versatile. It could do a lot of different things, so it's not like it has to be the Sand Sweeper. You know, if Tyranitar has a really shitty matchup, then he can just bring Excadrill. So on its own, you know, Choice Scarf is great. You know, it's like a Rapid Spin set would be nice. And then he's got Mega Lopunny and Togekiss. I mean, that's just an amazing core to start. And then his Fire, Water, Grass core in Rotom, Heat, Seismitoad, and Roserade. That's just a really good, solid core there. And then Gengar for some more added offense. Drotagon's really annoying. Jinx and Volbeat kind of like a gimmicky kind of stuff, but they could be annoying as well. Who knows? So yeah, overall pretty well-rounded team, and this is gonna be a really good game. I hope I can at least, you know, try to do good. So anyway, let's get right into the team I'm bringing. Here, let me make this a little bit quieter, just because, you know, I don't want it to blare out the shit. Anyway, let me actually turn this up a little bit. Sorry, just want to make sure. All right, so we have Choice Scarfed Sock, as you can see, Alphonse, our Sock. I feel like this is a good set against this team. I was thinking about Ice Punch. Could have gone Ice Punch over Stone Edge, but then I couldn't hit. What couldn't I got? No, never mind. Stone Edge just hits harder, and it hits Rotom Heat, which is nice, and it hits Volbeat in case he brings it, because that could be annoying if I can't hit it very hard. And then Ice Punch would obviously hit Roserade, but I feel like Knockoff is more goodly, and I want to knock off for Gengar and stuff, like, you know, it's obvious. But yeah, basically I was gonna go Sturdy, but then I saw, you know, with the Sand and with his priority in Mega Lopunny and Lopunny, stuff like that, I didn't really know if Sturdy was gonna be that viable. Mold Breaker could be a potential thing going on there, but it really doesn't make much sense. Inner Focus allows me to not get flinched, so if he tries to lead with Lopunny and go for Fake Out, which I think he's done a few times now, you know, I'll be able to take out Lopunny from the start, because he'll go for Fake Out. I won't flinch, and I'll just take him out with a close combat or even a Brick Break. By the way, Brick Break is there just in case I can kill without having to get the defense drops, you know. And there wasn't really much else I had to run, so it just seemed like a decent enough bring. I might put Toxic in that place just in case we come across like a physically defensive Seismitoad that we can't really hit. Like, that would be annoying. So I might change this to Toxic, but who knows? I'll think about it. So because this team hasn't got Gen yet, which I should probably ask for it to get Gen. But yeah. So anyway, that should be. Also, if he brings like Scarf Togekiss, if that somehow if it's like Timid, max speed, Choice Scarf, it will outspeed me because I'm adamant. By the way, I think this speed will outspeed a max speed Lopunny, or at least I think it's a Lopunny speed creeping a modest Sceptile, which would be pretty much the fastest thing it could speed creep. So hopefully it does that, and then I'll be able to outspeed it with this thing. But yeah, I mean, if he somehow outspeeds with the Togekiss and tries to flinch us with Air Slash, we won't get flinched, because we'll probably live like one of those if he's timid. So, you know, who knows? Could be nice. Yeah. So anyway, maybe like if he's got like two D dances up with Tyranitar and he tries to flinch us with Rock Slide, that won't work. It's just nice. It's just fantastic. Next up is Electricity, which is my shiny Mega Sceptile. We got SD, Rock Slide, Leaf Blade, Dual Chop. Dual Chop is basically Dragon Claw. It hits now. It does have 90 accuracy, which is annoying. It hits twice with 40 power. If you didn't know, it's basically Dragon Claw, but it's just 40 power and it hits twice, so it's 80 power. And that's exactly, as you can see, that's exactly what Dragon Claw is. It has a 90 accuracy. Dragon Claw only has 100 accuracy,
But what this does, I don't know what I'm trying to outspeed. I think this is like a Scarfed Roserade. I can outspeed that. Or maybe it's a Scarfed Rotom. I think it's a Scarfed Rotom that I can outspeed with this. But Dual Chop, what it does is that it breaks a potential sash from probably the Gengar. If he does bring Gengar and we get an SD up, if Gengar is like his last resort to this thing, I don't think it would run Scar or Sash against my team. But just in case, I feel like it's really can be useful to get. It's basically like, you know, it's hitting multiple times. So the first time it's gonna break the Sash, and then the second time it's just gonna destroy him. So hopefully that you understand where I'm coming from there. I hope I don't miss. Then again, the only really things I'm gonna be hitting Dual Chop with, that I like Dual Chop, I'm really only going to be using against like Druddigon and Gengar. That's like it, and Roserade. But everything else would get hit harder by Leaf Blade or Rock Slide. So you know, that's just whatever. So I felt like Dual Chop was interesting. Next up is Gliscor. This is pretty much my main answer to Excadrill. Mega Lopunny will probably run Ice Punch. So, you know, I really need this thing. I was thinking about running Sandveil in case he wants to get up the sand and be a bitch, but no, I'm kidding. You know, get my evasiveness up with the Sandveil. That could be nice, but I just feel like Poison Heal is just too good because it recovers 1/8 of your health. That's a lot of health each turn if you didn't know. So we won't be able to outspeed much with this. You know, maybe like a Togekiss who won't outspeed, who doesn't have any speed, Tyranitar who doesn't have any, you know, we'll be able to outspeed a few things, but mainly this thing is just here to bulk things out, and we could Toxic the Togekiss, we could Toxic the Seismitoad, we could Toxic the Rotom Heat, and then we can pretty much EQ everything else, and this thing's kind of just there to be a fat ass, and kind of just there in front of things. I know Hidden Power Ice and Ice Moves are pretty common against my team, since I do have those 2 quad weaknesses to Ice. But I am, you know, hopefully we'll be able to get by that. And also Stealth Rocks just in case he doesn't bring Togekiss with Defog or Excadrill with Rapid Spin. If he doesn't bring either of those, then Stealth Rocks will stay up on the field as long as I get him up. So, yeah. Dusclops is here. We have Physically Defensive again. This thing is not as good for Excadrill because Excadrill can't EQ Gliscor. The best it can do is Iron Head. And I can also EQ, whereas this thing, if it gets a sub up, it's just bad. I mean, I can break subs with Seismic Toss, but if he gets a sub up as I go for Will-O-Wisp, and then he gets an SD up as I break the sub, then he can go for EQ and just completely, you know, do a lot of damage, especially with the sand up, you know, if he's like Lumberry. And it could be bad, whereas Gliscor is a great switch in to Excadrill. Thing is, it's not the greatest switch in Lopunny because, like I said, Ice Punch is a thing, and Dusclops can soak any one hit from Lopunny. In fact, it can soak any one hit from Excadrill, but I just want to make sure I have all my bases covered. This thing is not as good for Tyranitar, whereas Gliscor is, unless he brings like a nice type move. This thing, it's just kind of good, you know. It's could be better for Druddigon. If he brings Ice Punch, you know, this thing could be a great switch in. And Will-O-Wisp fits in his entire team, except for Rotom Heat. I feel like he'll bring a Choice Scarf Rotom Heat because I do have Dusclops and Porygon 2 that will get tricked, which I do not like. Also, he could trick away the Toxic Orb on my Gliscor potentially. Just, you know, things like that. He might try to trick that, but that's the only thing I don't Will-O-Wisp. Everything else I can just Will-O-Wisp and Pain Split and Seismic Toss, and Pain Split and Protect. Protect's there just because, and in case he wants it, because obviously Mega Lopunny gets scrappy. So in case he wants to do that, in case he wants to go for High Jump Kick and I go for Protect, he'll take half. Same with you know, if I think something's like Choice Scarfed or something like Togekiss, I can go for Protect to scout what it wants to go for, and then I can switch out. Also there for Rotom Heat, if I see Trick, if I go for Protect and I see Trick, I'm switching the hell out of there because it's probably a choice item. But yeah, next up is Cryogonal, which is pretty much my specially defensive wall. It's nice for Togekiss, it's nice for Roserade, it's nice for Gengar. Now there are a few things that I wanted, I toyed around with this set a lot. Safety Goggles is there in case he wants to go for Sleep Powder. This is my switch into Roserade pretty much every single time. He could run HP Ice. Or no, he could run HP Fire, he could run HP Ice. If he runs, he'll probably run HP Fire because he can still hit Gliscor and Sceptile, whereas HP Fire at least allows him to hit Jirachi and Cryogonal.
But, you know, I mean, safety goggles just in case he wants to sleep out. Fully specially defensive because, I mean, again, this thing's just pretty nice. It's nice against Jinx, nice against Volbeat, nice against Gengar, unless he has, you know, Focus Blast. I can recover up on stuff. I can Toxic a lot of his team. You know, and I just figured, you know what, we're gonna bring this thing on what I need to bring it in on. We're not gonna try to. I was thinking about going Ancient Power for Rotom Heat. I'm not staying in on Rotom Heat. Well, I could actually if it's not offensive. I could stall it out with Toxic and Recover. But you know, I'm not gonna try to, you know, bring some crazy ass set that can beat Excadrill, because I don't need this thing to beat Excadrill. I already have my answers to Excadrill. So I don't really, you know, I'm just gonna kind of sit here with Cryogonal, use it how I need it to be used. And if I don't need it, I can sack it off, or if it's the least valuable. So, Heat of the Week, last but not least, we have Jirachi here. Enough speed to outspeed. I think it's like Roserade. We have Doom Desire, Protect, Wish, and Toxic. Welcome to the shittiest. This is awful. So yeah, we're bringing this. I was thinking about going Draco Meteor for Druddigon. I was thinking about going Energy Ball for Seismitoad, but basically we have max HP. I want to be able to heal up certain things, like if this thing has shitty HP, right? So if I get the Wish up, it's gonna be giving this thing a lot. Pain Split, of course, is not the most reliable thing. If I need to heal up either of these, Wish would be really nice. And then I realized Doom Desire does a lot. It's 140. It's like Future Sight, but I'm pretty sure Future Sight is only like 120 power or something like that. And Doom Desire, I mean, he doesn't have the best switch-ins to it. His really only steel switch-ins would be Seismitoad, which I can Toxic, and then Wish Up on, hopefully stall it. Excadrill, which I have switch-ins to, and Rotom Heat, which I don't really have switch-ins to. If it's offensive, then I don't have switch-ins to it very well, but if it's defensive, then Ethios can actually stall it out, like I said, so, because Overheat will drop his special attack so much. So yeah, this thing, I just put the special attack in there. I actually should change that, unless, I'm pretty sure Doom Desire, it's a special attack, so having more special attack is going to be good. Yeah, alright, so that's going to be it. I might change this to Choice Scar Jirachi and just try to flinch everything, but as of right now, I don't care. It's the Heat. It's the Heat of the Week. I haven't bought Heat in a pretty long time, actually. So you know what, we're just going to have fun with it. Thank you guys so much for watching. Stay tuned for the battle. It should be a really good battle. I mean, I think I have what I need against his team, but yeah, it should be a fun one. So stay tuned, and I'll see you guys next time.